So I am literally fed up with hearing men talk about being too old and, over the hill and not able to do this, not able to do that. I was at the gym a couple nights ago, and this has been haunting me ever since. And it's not the first time I've heard this. I was talking to a 27-year-old, and he was talking about his lifts not being like they used to. He's like, yeah, I'm 27 now. Those heavy lifting days are behind me. It's like, bro, you're 27 years old. Who is pushing this nonsense to so many men to where they just feel like they're over the hill? Men don't have to stop improving with age. And even physically, I know people get mad when you say that. Remember something. Your behavior comes before the number, right? I have friends that look horrible in their late 20s, early mid 30s. They look horrible. And they always cite their age as a problem. My back shot. It's like, no, dude, your back's not shot. You're not, the age itself is not your issue. The problem is for the last 10 years, maybe 15 years, maybe for some of you longer, you've sat on your ass, not exercising, not focusing on your flexibility and mobility. You've been putting garbage in your body. It's not the number. The number is not the problem. Get that crap out of your head. You guys don't take care of yourself. When you're a kid, I can make another video about this completely separately. Most of us, when we were kids, were extremely active. Like a lot of you know, I'm 38 at the time of this video. When I was a kid, we never sat inside. We were outside playing all day, every single day. Every single day we were active. And I remember being inside the house, roughhousing, getting in trouble when our friends would be over. We'd be hanging out in the living room and we'd be playing football lined up against each other, trying to get through, getting our asses whooped because we'd be super rowdy in the living room. We were always active for fun. And as a kid, I felt like I could get hit by a truck and shake it off in 10 minutes. I look outside today, the kids I see today, they look sick and weak. All of them. Even these big 17-year-olds, they look frail and weak. This was about 5 years ago, and this is what really got me thinking about this stuff and got my mind off this track of woe is me, I'm getting too old. I met a guy that was, I want to say in his 90s, but I don't remember the exact age. He was 90 or 90 something years old, and he looked phenomenal. The reason why we started talking is he brought up something about my shoes, and we started talking. The coolest guy, and he was getting ready to do a marathon at, like I said, 90 something years old. Let's call it 90 years old. And I remember thinking to myself, man, this guy looks so good for his age. Must be freaky genetics, this and that. As we talked about how great of shape he's in, he was showing me photos that he had in his damn gym bag in his wallet when he was 52 years old. And he was telling me stories to go along with it. When he was 52, he looked like crap. This guy looked horrible. Said he had pre-diabetes and some other health conditions. But the photos were unrecognizable. He looked better at 90 whatever years old than he did in his 50s. His body anyways, for sure, looked better. No comparison. And he told me when he was in his 50s and he was really falling apart, he focused on nutrition, he focused on the gym, and he really focused on his mobility, flexibility and just, being limber. Because a lot of you guys don't realize this, and I definitely need to do better at this myself. Your mobility is probably one of the biggest factors for how you feel in your everyday movement and stuff. I love going to the gym and lifting weights. A lot of people do, but very few of us focus on our mobility the way we should. That's the one thing you really, really have to focus on to improve, to kind of like reverse the clock on how you feel in a sense. I'm seeing more men today talking about being too old than women. Like the roles have flipped. Women today now in their 30s and 40s and 50s think they are the shit. Like they think they are like top of the line, fresh on the showroom floor. And I'm hearing men in their late 20s saying that their better days are behind them. What is up with that? When I was in my 20s, I literally thought I could run through a wall. When I was in my 20s, I literally thought I could run through a wall. And again, I started roofing when I was like in my teenage years. Late teens, I started roofing with my dad and my brothers. And I was working around some rough people, man. People that had been through some shit. And a lot of them were still tough as nails. Today, people aren't the same. And I know you hear that all the time, and it's cliche. I don't know what happened. I believe a lot of it's some chemicals. There's something going on. There's, the more I pay attention to it, I'm convinced that there's something going on. A lot of it's propaganda. There is some chemical intervention, or we're being like poisoned, for lack of a better term, some way, somehow, maybe multiple ways. I'm getting pretty convinced of that now because I can see it with my own two eyes. People are getting weaker physically. People are getting much weaker mentally. And it's almost exclusively men. Women are getting way stronger. Women are getting bigger and stronger in the gym. Women are getting stronger mentally. They're physically getting way bigger. Like most women today in my area, if I go to the gym or I walk around the mall, whatever, women are getting huge. Like the average woman now, and maybe I'm exaggerating, but the average woman I see now is like 5'8". 5'8", 250 pounds. They're built like a linebacker. They're built like a lineman, some of them. They're built like a power lifter, And most men are getting like smaller and smaller. Not that I really care too much about that stuff, but when you talk to most women today, too, it's the same thing. A lot of them are being like way more confident, way more cocky, way more picky, and men are regressing. Like I said, when I was in my 20s, all the young men I knew, we felt, for the most part, pretty good. Like, pretty amazing. Like I said, we thought we could run through walls. Always active, always ambitious. Always thought we were going to rope the moon. I talk to 25-year-olds now. And it's like the you guys remember that song from Kenna? The Kenna music video? God, what was it called? It was like this weird video. What was the song? Controlling Me? I don't remember what the song was called. It was like this weird music video in the late 90s, I think. And there was like these just depressed claymation things. And that's how everyone looks to me now. Every man looks to me now. Again, I'll use the gym as an example because I go to the gym pretty much every day. 5 days a week at least. And I look around the gym and I'm like, bro, the girls here are super cocky, chest puffed out, chin up high, looking down on everyone, arrogant and rude and full of themselves. And all the young men are like depressed, sad, insecure, even like the handsome young men with good physiques. Like mentally, we gotta wake up. Like mentally, we've gotta fix this. This is a problem. Very few men are walking around feeling good about themselves. And even, this video is not so much about dating. I don't want to talk about dating too much, but I want to extrapolate it into the dating world again. Briefly, give me a second here. Most men see women as way above them. That is such a problem. I can't even explain that enough in this video, how much of a problem that is. How many men today walk around just angry and they think that women are like better than them and they're triggered about it. I'm not, when I like kind of talk bad about women and point out bad behavior and stuff, I don't hate women at all. I don't hate women at all. I don't mean to be an a-hole. I don't want to be rude. I'm just saying most men today need to seriously realize these women are not above them, because a lot of men think they are, whether they want to admit that or not. Men today are seemingly weaker than ever to me. This mindset of like, I'm too old and not good enough, like, dude, that's got to stop, man. Men can improve until the day we croak. Men can be more desirable to women until the day we croak. Like, dude, mindset is everything. And I know it sounds cliche. A lot of people think that's corny and stuff. You guys have got to really, really pay attention to your self-talk and the way you see yourself and the way you feel about yourself. And again, I know that sounds corny to a lot of people, but I don't like being around people that, oh, I'm 40 now, the body's falling apart. Get the hell away from me, dude. Even in my comment section, I see a look like, bro, you're 38 and you act like a teenager. Yeah, bro. I'm young. That's the way I feel. I feel young, and that's how I'm gonna feel. Nobody's gonna change that for me. I refuse to adopt this mindset of like, getting old and no bullshit, dude. Just watch me. God willing, my body holds up. I'm going to feel that way forever until I croak, God willing. I don't plan on feeling old and I can't do this anymore. Get that depressing shit away from me. I want no part of it. I want no part of it. My dad's 70 years old, and he still roofs with me, my brothers. He still roofs every day, chain smoking, and he looks great for his age. It's crazy, man. When I meet 20-something-year-olds that tell me they're old, their better days are behind, get the hell away from me. What a loser mentality, bro. And guess what? If you find yourself feeling that way, it's not too late. If you're breathing and you're alive, it's not too late, bro. You can turn it around. Get the defeated bullshit mindset out of your head and find out where you're getting that garbage mentality from and cut it off. Do not consume content that makes you feel that way. Enough, dude. You can improve the way you feel. You can improve the way you look. You can improve your body language. You can improve your fashion. You can improve, the wardrobe you choose. Proper fitting clothes for your body type. Proper colors that go well with your skin tones. Learning about wearing a good fragrance. All these different things to make you a better version of yourself. I know age matters to a certain degree. Duh. I get it. But it's not nearly as much as everyone thinks it is. I'm telling you that right now. I have met over and over again, like I said, the 90-something-year-old guy looked and felt way better than he did in his 50s. Unrecognizably better in his 90s than he was in his 50s. But he worked his ass off in the gym. He ate very well. And he focused on his mobility. He stretched every single night, he said. Focus on his stretching, trying to get a little more flexible, a little more limber. And with that came more quickness and explosiveness. Remember, most people's injuries are because your body's as stiff as a board. You're sitting with terrible posture every day for weeks and months and years. Bad mechanics and movements patterns over and over and over. Anyways, I don't want to rant too much longer. Just want to hopefully wake somebody up that's feeling down on themselves. Like I tell men all the time, a lot of guys don't agree with this, but guess what, bro? If you got to dye your gray hairs, dye them. I'm tired of that, too. Men always saying like, oh, you got to be a man. Bullshit. Every woman out here is fake. They're all fake. 99.99% of them. Their hair is fake. Their lips are fake. Their eyelashes are fake. The makeup is fake. A lot of their breasts are fake. They're wearing form-fitting clothing that's fake. They're fake. I don't care if they, judge you a little bit for dyeing your hair. If you feel like dyeing your hair, dye it, bro. If that makes you feel better, do it. Man, oh man, wake up. Change the way you talk about yourself. Anyways, I'm done rambling. Until next time, guys, God bless.